Cool. Hi everyone. I'm going to say it's very windy. Let me spin this around. What a start, boys and girls. What a start. There we go. So that's better. Let me spin you around quickly. Carl, that is a shambles of a start. Apologies for the moody Barnet as well. I've been out running and then just cleaned this car. So I was going to show you round it, showing Little Irish looking resplendent. Just a very quick live broadcast that will obviously turn into a video to say thanks very much for all your positive input to the channel this year. As I said on the community tab earlier on, which I think comes up on your YouTube feed, for every watch and like and subscribe and turning notifications on. It's just all so appreciated that people want to join in on this Porsche journey as well. And for every positive comment as well. It's been a fun year. Lots done from right the way through kind of the Porsche spectrum, certainly in terms of views on this channel, from air-cooled right the way through to the latest stuff. I'm also sitting on a load of content as well that I just haven't had time to edit through. So hopefully in January there's a lot dropping. Dakar review, 992 GT3 RS review, Sharkworks RS 4.1 litre and GT3 Touring review. There's a wicked video with a resto mod, not reimagined, nothing like that silly stuff. Proper, just like awesome resto mod, proper like street racer, bit of grit vibe in there, which for me has transformed how I look at long bonnet 911s. That's going to be in there as well. There's also a video with a 964 with a 997 GT3 RS engine, driven that's going to drop live. I won a drive of the millionth Porsche 911 directly from the Porsche Museum as well. So lots to come up. So I promise I will edit it and get it through. Very quickly, highlights of the year, I think without a shadow of a doubt, and I've portrayed some of it on this channel, was the video I did with my dad when we drove to Norway and back with some other enthusiasts, part of the Nineworks Driven Not Hidden collective. So that was 3,500 miles. You can find it on my channel. I said at the time that it was special to do that with my dad, and it was, but I also think under the passage of time, and again I've said this elsewhere, under the passage of time I think that video will only become more special and more kind of important to me. So it was lovely to be able to do that. That's a, by far and away, it's the best thing I've done this year. It's one of the best things I've ever done in my life. So to be sharing it on YouTube was vulnerable, but with the greatest respect. I didn't do it for you, I did it for me. And there were so many lovely wholesome comments that followed that, and that was a real bonus. So yeah, I hope it's inspired you to either look back on things that you did with your dad or mum, of course. And if you are a parent, to maybe, hopefully it'll provide a little bit of inspo for something you can do with your children over the next year or certainly beyond. We're all here for a good time, not a long time. So I encourage you to definitely do it. Get on a road trip and share that experience, okay? I've obviously bought the 40th this year, love that as well. I'm looking forward to doing more in that this year. There's a bit of a joke among the Driven Not Hidden collective that the car is hidden not driven, and it is to an extent, but I have done just over 2,000 miles in that car. It's in storage now, so it's not here with Little Irish at the moment. So I'm looking forward to doing more with that next year. It's a really special car, more than I appreciated actually. The more miles I'm sticking on that, the more I'm uncovering about it and how special it is. So that's cool, although the itch for an air-cooled car just doesn't go away, and something would have to go, and it wouldn't be this car. So we'll see how we get on. I think as well, being honest, like, YouTube has presented new challenges for me this year. I think so my attitude to it changed since last year, where I was trying to put a video out all the time, trying to stay on the algorithm. I don't know, boys and girls, but as you get older, you just start to care less, you know, you stop trying to please everybody else and whatnot. And you just think, you know, what do I want? What do I want from my life? So I just decided I'm going to do one video a week. If I can't manage that, that's fine. Like Sunday just gone, didn't manage to put a video out. That's absolutely fine. There are other things in life that should be more important than smashing out content. I don't live off YouTube, unfortunately. Maybe I might think differently if I did. So it kind of provides pocket money is how I look at it. So I changed things up a bit this year. What I have noticed, and what was a challenge certainly at first, was I noticed an uptick in negativity, like negative comments. And I've mentioned this elsewhere. I mentioned it on Ironworks Radio, our podcast as well, throughout the year. I think I've got my head around it now, really, and it's kind of to stop taking things so personally. People are nasty. YouTube seems to be like a breeding ground for that. You don't get anything like that on a podcast platform and a podcast audience from what we've found. But my view on it now at the end of 2023, and again, where I've really noticed a change in comments, because it's not just me. I've checked out, I've canvassed other YouTube comments as well, like on other channels, and the vitriol that on there is kind of same but copy pasted for different people. Yeah, I don't know, there's a lot that just generally in society it feels like it's a bit of a litmus test as to how society's feeling. There's a lot of really angry people out there, and again, I've made it my responsibility to not be responsible for that. So yeah, like live and let live at the end of the day. If people want to write negative things on my videos, I mean, it's free content, no one asks them to watch it, and if they write negative stuff, it says more about them than it ever will about me, and I really like thoroughly believe that as well. I'm all for constructive feedback, but if you just resort to yeah, vitriol and name calling and being horrible, I think it shows you don't have a growth mindset, and I think that's quite weak, and there's nothing I can do to help that. And there'd be no one watching this really, because I think this is kind of people that watch my lives are more kind of hardcore enthusiasts and people that appreciate the content. So I'm not saying that's you per se, but yeah, I don't know, just I've noticed that, and I've kind of learned to not be responsible for that. So that's probably my biggest thing I've taken from YouTube this year, actually. Plenty of positivity elsewhere though. The Driven Not Hidden Collective, that is such a wonderful place for me really to spend my time and spend my energy. It's such a wonderful community that we've created there, and I say we, and it's the last word of DNHC is collective, and it really is a collective. It's not just myself and Max and Andy, it's the people that are in it. It's just, I think, just over 250 members in there now. If you've not joined, it's via Patreon, by the way. There's different membership levels. You can see like what one appeals to you best, but it's just cultivated a really nice community of a really nice vibe. Okay, there's no egos in there or anything like that. It's just people exactly how I feel, that just love these cars and just want to like absorb the lifestyle and the community around them and the culture around them as much as possible. So that really has been such a wonderful part of my 2023. And if you're part of it, like a big thanks, because it means a lot to me, not just to be in it, but to contribute. And I'll kind of leave it there, boys and girls. You know, I really do wish you and your families a very Merry Christmas, and the very best wishes from me and from Nineworks TV for 2024. As I said, lots of fun and exciting things coming up content wise, and if you're part of the DNHC, we've got lots of road trips and other cool events coming up that hopefully you can get involved with. So thanks very much for watching the quick video. Thank you for all your positive inputs to my channel and for everything I do as a Porsche journalist. It does mean a lot. And yeah, I hope you can enjoy the festive period for what it is. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next year.